Welcome back to the concluding interview of the 2013, it's next year, 2014 South Carolina AgriBiz and Farm Expo. I'm Donna London, and we've got some very special guests with us today. We have Congressman Tom Rice from District 7.
You saved the best for last.
I did. And we have Mr. Cullen Bryant, who is the President and CEO and Executive Director of Bryant Farms.
Correct.
As well as the co-founder of this South Carolina AgriBiz and Farm Expo.
Yes.
Thank you both for joining us. I expect, given that you're representing District 7, that you two fellows have worked together in the past.
We have. Cullen has helped me a lot in terms of my congressional career and learning more about agriculture, and I've tried to be a help to him in issues facing agriculture nationwide.
He certainly has. I mean, to have someone of his caliber and to be so involved and with the grassroots and agriculture in general, it just means so much to us in the PD.
And I've also heard, in addition, I've also heard it from Mr. Bryant that you are a friend of agriculture. Tell me what you're taking back to Washington from your time here.
Well, I am a friend of agriculture. In my 8-county district, agriculture and tourism are the two biggest industries. And the thing that my district needs more than anything else is jobs and economic development. And agriculture is certainly a very, very large part of that. This expo is a wonderful way of exploring the needs and the benefits of agriculture and the ways that we can help the farmers and also help them find markets and better ways to work their business.
And Mr. Bryant, the tagline on the logo is "Rooted in Tradition, Thriving Through Innovation."
Yes, ma'am.
For some reason, that seems to describe you.
Well, I think so, because I feel like I grew up on a farm, but as I grew up on a farm, I felt like I wanted to get away from the farm, but when I got away from the farm, I realized I wanted to be back at the farm. So everything I've always done has been pretty much ag-related, but back to my roots and back to the new challenges in agriculture as things have progressed and changed so much over the years. There's so much technology today in agriculture. There's such a challenge. Everything is new and everything from marketing, production, marketing, all those things are just wonderful. I mean, it's just it's a challenge, but I love agriculture. I love farming.
Well, and I think everyone generally has a sense of comfort and love and respect for, I say this, respect for agriculture. They have no idea what all goes into it, though. I mean, you know that the farmers are hardworking, but you have no idea that they're all running basically their own business and having to keep up with technology, and that's something that you've done as well.
Yes, ma'am. And one of the things I say, I don't believe you can be a farmer and be a pessimistic person.
Right.
I think a farmer is a person of faith, because when he puts that seed in the ground or whatever he may do, there's so many undetermined factors that are there. So, but the challenge and the faith of having a bountiful harvest is always good.
And you're using the brain that the good Lord gave you.
That's true.
And one of the things that we were talking about the other evening when we were talking about the way that agriculture has changed in terms of knowing what your crops need.
Yeah, and so many people don't relate or understand the technology in today's farming operations. We're running GPS, auto steer, the environment and being a conservationist is part of my program. We want to make sure that we protect the environment, but we also want to be as productive as we can at the least cost with the most productivity. And a lot of the technology we have today is bringing that to the forefront. We use so many different innovations now with working from satellites and auto steer, so many things. And even we got some new things here at the show today that is even taking further steps into the future with the unmanned aerial vehicles. So, you know, it's just the sky's the limit, and it's just it's not a boredom profession at all.
Right.
It's something that's challenges. There's innovation. There is. I'm just excited about it. That's all I can really say about
it
that.
is an exciting time to be a part of it too, and it never stays stagnant. But I would imagine for you, Congressman, you've got a lot of things to filter through in terms of being on top of not only the economic development piece, but also the technology and the education and what we're doing to ensure that our food sources are safe and available, but also infrastructure.
Every business has changed rapidly, particularly in the last couple of decades, and technology is changing the face of the world. And today's farmer, you know, particularly the small farmer, has got to stay up with that, or he will not be able to compete. And that's just we're not competing with the guy down the street anymore, or the guy in the next county, or the guy in the next state. We're competing with people from around the world, and our farmers have to do the same thing. And that's why the work Clemson's doing is so important with plant biology and genome and producing more drought-resistant, disease-resistant crops that are more suited to particular climates. Here in my district, we produce over half the row crops in the state, and the investment in the PD Research Center is so very, very important.
Sure.
And you know, if with what Clemson's doing, it will allow the farmers here in this state to successfully compete around the world.
Well, I want to thank you both for joining us. And Ms. Bryant, I want to ask you about the Expo, because you have been so involved with it, and getting it started.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to do this again next year, correct?
Oh, for sure. Yes, this has been a work in progress, and we just want to move it to the next level and keep growing it. We're so thankful for all the ones who participated, the vendors, everyone who had a part, the ones who came to see what was here and we just thank them for being a part of it and coming. And again, next year, the same week, won't be the same dates, but the same week is when we've got it scheduled, and this is set already for the next several years. It'll be the same week. So we just thank you for all that everyone's done in making this a success.
And it's been amazing speaking with people that have been here and that I didn't really even know, but I would say things like, well, I'll see you next year. And they said, you will. So it really has been a phenomenal couple of days, and we want to thank you for having us here, but just allowing all this knowledge to transfer back and forth, and the number of contacts that have been made over the state. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much for y'all being part of it also. Thank you.
Well, and that concludes the 2014 South Carolina AgriBiz and Farm Expo. We'll be back next year, and we hope you will as well. And as Mr. Bryant says, it'll be the same week, not the same days. But if you want to see more about what's occurred over the last couple of days, or want to review a session that you've been in, go to the AgriBiz, South Carolina AgriBiz.com website, and that information will be archived, and this web stream will be archived as well. And for Clemson University, I'm Donna London.